Hello everyone, welcome. Thanks for joining me. In this video, I will be discussing the difference between prescriptivism and descriptivism in the study of language. In many ways, this is the most important video I have on my channel because it is often the first concept that students learn upon entering an introductory linguistics classroom. Now, let's talk about the more familiar concept here, and that is prescriptivism for most of you. Now, prescriptivism is the idea that there are rights and wrongs associated with language use, whether in terms of speaking or in writing. So think about your own history as a student who maybe took an English class or a foreign language class or a composition or any kind of writing class. In those classes, you very likely received feedback, spoken or written, from your instructor that say things like, don't split an infinitive, don't start a sentence with a conjunction, don't end a sentence with a preposition. These types of grammatical rules, quote unquote, that make for proper English. So you can actually look at a language class in particular where you may have even been corrected or criticized for pronouncing a certain word or phrase in that language, in the instructor's view, incorrectly. This is again prescriptivism at work. Now, we don't need to just talk about prescriptive attitudes as they exist in the educational system because indeed, as human beings, we all have attitudes and beliefs about how language should be used, whether in terms of speaking or writing. This is a perfectly natural thing. But it is important to understand that this is not what linguistics is about. Linguistics is about descriptivism. So when linguists say that they are descriptivists, what they mean is that they just describe how language is used, that there are no rights and wrongs associated with language use. There is only what people do with language. So whereas a prescriptivist might say something like, you should not use a double negative in speaking or in writing, and a double negative is something like, I ain't seen nothing. Well, a descriptive person, like a linguist, might say, oh, that's interesting. They used a double negative. Let's see if we can isolate the context in which this construction is most likely to be used, or let's see if we can identify which speakers are most likely to use this construction. So it's a much more descriptive approach. They just want to figure out what's going on rather than prescribe how language should be used. So, at its core, descriptivism acknowledges the right of every language and language variety to exist, that all languages and dialects, they demonstrate their own uniquenesses and complexities, and they all therefore exist on a level playing field. Again, it is perfectly natural for all of us as human beings to harbor these deep-held attitudes and beliefs, maybe things about language that just rub us the wrong way, but it is really important that we put these prejudices aside when we are performing linguistic analysis or just kind of working in the linguistics classroom, because in this way we can help ensure a more objective approach to the study of language. All right, thank you so much for watching this very brief video. It is short, but it is very important to understand why linguists are descriptive and not prescriptive. In the meantime, I thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and be well, and I'll see you soon. Take care.